Hello, this is your host Susanna, and welcome back to Slim Radio Seeking Survival. In this third episode, we will be talking again about Antikraak, going more in depth in how these buildings can be used as workspaces. We'll first talk with Annelies, who is the head of Lola Luid, a non-profit foundation that rents their building directly from the government instead of commercial third parties. Then we'll follow up with artists Isis and Andoni, who have their studios in an Ad Hoc building here in Amsterdam. Let's see what they're working on.
My name is Annelies Verhelst, and I have lots of different professions. Yeah. But one of them is I run this building that we are in now. It's called Lola Luid in Slotervaart, and that I do for 3 years already now, together with Andrea. We do this for a foundation that's called Lola, which stands for Leegstand Oplossers Amsterdam, which means kind of the solution makers for empty spaces.
Oh, okay. In Amsterdam.
Yeah. Now this is the third building that we are in as Lola Luid. So so Lola has a lot of buildings throughout the whole city and also in other cities.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about this building specifically?
This is a former school building, and as you can see, we still have all the classrooms are here. Of course, for the municipality, who is the owner of this building, it's very nice to have people here so they know it will be guarded. What we do very different than other anti-kraak organizations is we are not a commercial organization like the other ones, but we are a foundation. We are allowed to take care of this building for a while, so we start to think, okay, where are we? What is this neighborhood? What do people from the neighborhood want? And how can we have a program, for example, that benefits, like, not just the rich people, so to say.
Everybody.
Everybody, yeah. So we have, for example, every week the gratis bakker, which means the free bakery. It is, you can come and pick up bread or vegetables or other things that are not being, like, the supermarket cannot sell them anymore, and then you can pick them up for free. Every Monday afternoon we go just take a walk to collect garbage from the streets, so just clean up the street. Yeah. We have sometimes concerts and or theater plays, things like that, but also big meals. So, for example, every year during the Ramadan we organize an iftar. That is really interesting. Yeah. Also because we specifically also invite people that are not Muslim or that don't do the Ramadan. This building is owned by the municipality, so basically it's been paid for by taxpayers, so by all of us. So I strongly believe, and we at Lola all do, I think, that it's important that the community benefits from this because the community pays for it. And at the moment when it's temporary not in use as a school building, that doesn't mean that the community cannot still benefit from the building that is there in their neighborhood.
So how does it work exactly? Could you get evicted from here since it's technically anti-kraak and you're not? So we have a contract with the municipality, and we always have 4 weeks notice of leaving. So if you would get evicted, how would things be affected here? Would you have to find another place?
Yeah, so the thing is, of course, that we know this from the start. We do this specifically in buildings that are only temporarily not being used. So that is very much what we chose to do. So whenever we have to leave a building, we leave it always cleaner than we found it. And then, of course, we would search for a new building, but there's a lot of empty buildings in the whole city.
What are, for you personally, the pros and cons of working here?
So the pros of working here is that it's a very interesting neighborhood, and I really love it here, and I love to create a place where anything is possible somehow. For me personally, it feels like some sort of a play garden where we can try out things and we can experiment, and things are allowed to fail. because if you are in the city center and you have to pay, I don't know, 5,000 euros a month for a space, then you cannot fill, because of course then it's a big financial problem. While anybody who comes here and has a space here, they are allowed to fill in whatever they do and have a learning process. There's a lady here who does tutoring for kids. Yeah. There used to be a guy, he had this thing called bouwgabbers, which was a thing that teaches children how to build and program using Lego. Oh. There's a hairdresser here. There's a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. A lot of diverse people.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you think that spaces like Lola Luid are diminishing in Amsterdam?
Yeah, because I also believe that, of course, this is a very specific thing that we do, but there's other spaces that are more permanent. But those kinds of places are diminishing. Okay. And there's not so much space for them. I think there should be more space for cultural programs and for alternative things. And so we are being flexible with the thing that we have that is temporary and that is okay. But then next to that, there I think definitely there should be a stronger, more stable way of being able to do all these kinds of like more alternative things and things that are for the community and for neighborhoods. And
what is your goal right now? What are you guys aiming for at the moment?
That's a good question. What I really want is for people to feel included and for people to feel like they have a place where they feel safe and where they can be themselves and where they can meet other people. Yeah, I think maybe that's, if you ask me what my goal would be, I think I want as much people as possible to meet each other. Okay. I think for me that's the most important thing, because I feel like a lot of problems in the world, if you cut them down to the center of what it is that people don't talk to each other, they don't know each other, they don't understand each other, they are afraid of one another. And I think that's the core of a lot of problems. So what I think the solution is to have them meet each other and to look the other one in the eye and to make contact.
A good place to connect and to have people meet each other, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow, it sounds amazing. I really hope I can come here when things are going to be better and we can see actually things happening.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm studying to be an arts teacher.
Can you tell us about this place where we are and your experience in it?
We are here since December. It's an anti-squatting place, or Antikraak. I rent it from Ad Hoc, which is like a company that has these spaces all over different cities. And I just rent it for cheap. And it's like, it used to be like an office space, I think. I don't know what kind of office though. Okay. But now I'm here with like friends.
What are the pros of working here as an artist?
Well, it's like a sort of privilege to have a space right now for yourself to work in, because a lot of people are working from home. And I realized during the lockdown, I live in a very small apartment with my boyfriend. Yeah. And I realized like that was too small for me to do any substantial work. So I just started looking through anti-squatting places, if they had any cheap atelier studio workspaces. So we've been here since December, and it's like at least for 6 months, they said. Well, they can't assure anything, but you get a month's notice if you have to leave.
Do you know already if you're gonna be evicted soon?
Well, perhaps. I don't know. Okay. Like, they said it would be at least till June. Yeah. and they're gonna demolish this place afterwards.
Okay.
But since stuff is always like, you know, like getting delayed in construction, etc. Like, I'm no expert, but they said it would be like that. There is a chance that it will be longer.
So how does the probably upcoming eviction affects you and your colleagues?
Well, it's not great.
Of course.
Obviously, I don't like it. It's like, now that the genie's out of the bottle, I don't want to not have a studio space anymore. So I would have to continue looking to move someplace else because this is like the first studio space that I rented for just like working. And the thing is that this one is quite big, and that's really nice. But since I'm the main renter and I got everyone together, like, obviously they would offer me a different space. Or they would, I don't know, I hope. They said they can. If you're like a nice renter, but I can't assure that I can bring everyone that's renting here now to another space. Like, there's no assurance that you can get a big space like this again. So there is a chance that Ad Hoc will be like, oh, we have this other space, you have to leave here, but you can go to another one, because they like having people, renters that they already know.
Yeah.
Because then they know a little bit more if you're reliable or not. But yeah, I can't assure that for anyone else.
Right. And you said you are main renter here. Does that mean you have some certain responsibilities? Like,
I work together oftentimes with the people that are here, but my name is on the contract.
Okay.
So like, I know everyone here, and sometimes we work as a collective, like you work with people together, but like, I'm the last person that's responsible. That means that I have communication with Ad Hoc as a main renter, and they will contact me if anything is going on. Okay. And like, the rent goes through me as well.
What's like a good thing of sharing such a big place with other people?
What's good about it is that other people will stimulate you in what you're creating, and you know, you're not like some Einzelganger that's just stuck up on their own making stuff, because like, that is, to me, it's sort of a myth about making art, is that you're doing it on your own and that it's like a very individual process. I don't think it is. So it's nice to have a space where you at least share stuff. Plus, it's nice to like bring people around, get to know other people as well. And certainly right now, well, everyone's craving social contact. So.
True. How do you think has the social housing and social housing conditions have changed in the recent years?
Well, like, from my experience, I've only lived in sort of student housing, or like, what do you call it? Not social, but like what's just on the housing market. Yeah. Like private stuff. And it's fucking expensive, obviously.
For sure.
I am registered for social housing in case I would ever need it. But if you have anything less than 10 years registration on that website or whatever it is, you're not going to get anything. So it's very wanted, and a lot of people are craving, like, you know, like a nice place for not more than half of their income. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. It's very unavailable.
And does that mean, do you think we do need more housing, like social housing spaces?
Yes. I feel like there should be more social housing, but also like the market that's like right above that income, because social housing is very strict in the amount of income that you're allowed to have. And if you're just right above that, nothing is available to you anymore, and that's really annoying. Okay. And I feel like that also sort of floods the social housing market as well. Like, I'm not sure, of course, but I feel like that has something to do with it. Like, if you're just right above that income, you're fucked, basically, because there's nothing available that will be in your income range, category. Definitely. Yeah, your range.
Is there, like, do you think like an alternative to social housing, something you could I mean, that could be possible for you to rent for your job or for living, that is like a suitable alternative?
What will be suitable to me is just something that I can afford, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not very
Good.
picky about the other parts of it. I would just like to have a studio space and a living space, and they could be together or they could be separate. Like
Okay.
I like that it's separate now, but
Yes.
I'm not. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not asking for a lot, basically.
Do you know what your plans are gonna be from now on after the eviction, or not yet?
Yeah, I would just try to keep a place like this. Well, or find another place like this. But like, as I said, they're very wanted. So you need to be
Of course.
very on top of it.
What
I
kind
guess.
of people are working here with you right now?
Mainly artists.
I'm Andoni, Zamora, and I'm a visual artist and a performance artist. I come from Spain, from the Basque Country,
Oh, nice.
and yeah, I came a couple of years ago, and I was graduated last year in Sandberg Institute. Yeah.
And how long have you been living in this place specifically?
In this place, like in this building,
Yes.
like working.
Started working
Since last November. Yeah.
Okay. What are some pros as an artist working in this building? What would you say?
I think apart from my studio and the common space I have, like I've seen a really pretty big studios, I guess.
Okay.
And I think that's a pro, of course, and also being kind of not so far from not center, but where things are happening in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Because usually I go to other anti-cracks that are super far away, and this one is location-wise is ideal for me.
They told us that this building is probably gonna get demolished and you might get evicted soonish. How do you feel about that?
Well, it was clear since the beginning, so it's not a surprise. Still, it's gonna be delayed. I think 3 or 4 months.
Nice.
I heard yesterday, but it's not true.
Hopefully.
I think it's fine. I mean, I don't understand why are they gonna demolish it first of all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what it is.
In order to produce your art and do your conduct your creative work and job, are there some criteria that a studio has to have for you to be able to do everything you need?
So far now in pre-production of the pieces, I don't need space to build so far. I normally usually also build the scenographies, so I couldn't work here, and I always try to manage find another place from a friend or something.
Yeah.
But so far in the next space, I would like to have a bigger space to work with dirty materials and stuff.
How was your experience so far in this place? Would you say it was like positive overall?
Yeah, for sure.
Are
happy.
you liking this place
Yeah.
as a workspace?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, definitely yes. And also gathering space, like I can invite over people as well and work here and rehearse and everything, interviews and yeah. Nice.
And how about in general life in Amsterdam? We're talking a lot about the housing crisis because finding a place right now in the Netherlands is very, very hard, and there's a lot of demand, and I guess also for a space to work in.
Yeah.
How has been your experience with living here?
Right now I'm kind of in a stable situation and quite lucky one. But yeah, first year I came, I mean as everyone, I moved like 6-7 times or something like this, and then I finally I registered and I have like a kind of cheap house. It's a bit far, but it's fine, and I can work there also. It's quite big.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, right now I'm lucky, I cannot complain.
Okay, but I guess you felt the necessity to find also a place where you can have only your studio and your work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's always complicated, but so far everything is going.
It's working.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Okay. What do you see yourself in the near future, when you're not gonna be working here anymore?
In a better studio, I guess.
Okay.
Working as well. Hopefully, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else we didn't talk about that you would like to share about your experience?
I guess like it's always a bit strange to be in anti-cracks and see all the economy behind the empty buildings.
What do you mean?
I mean, I guess that there is also a feel always like how these businesses like fill empty buildings in order not to be squatted in a way. And then in some cases the spaces are overpriced, and that's a bit annoying in a way.
Okay, for sure. Yes.
But
It's working out for you, so that's good.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having us. I hope you guys enjoyed exploring these art spaces with us and that this episode was inspiring for those of you who are trying to juggle their mundane life and their creative projects. Remember that struggle is part of the process. See you guys in our next episode. Bye!